Hey guys, based on my subscribers' request, this video is about CengBox 1. If you have any request, then you can just comment down below. I'm happy to help you. And remember, it takes some time for me to upload the video. That's something that you need to keep in mind. So anyways, let's get started. This is CengBox 1. You just need to download this mirror link, double click the OVA file. After that, you'll be able to import it in the VirtualBox. If you import that in the VirtualBox and put the Bridget mode and in the Kali and in the particular CengBox 1, put that in the same mode, and after that you can just enter the command sudo arp scan -l and enter your password, and you will be able to see the interfaces, and the MAC address starting with the 08 will be our target IP address. So here this is our target IP address. So yeah, we can just perform the basic nmap scan using the service version. So nmap is the network mapper tool, and -s capital V for scanning for the service version, and this is our target IP. So after that, we'll be able to find the port 22 SSH was open, and it is running on Open SSH 7.2 P2 Ubuntu. So, and we have port 80 HTTP was open, which is running on Apache HTTPD 2.4.18, which is also Ubuntu. So the service version info, like service info, like OS was shown here as Linux, and somewhat Ubuntu is also showing. So anyways, the real OS was Ubuntu. As you can see, it's Ubuntu 16.04.6 LTS. So anyways, let us see that the HTTP was open. That means you can just open the browser and just search the IP address in the browser, and you'll be able to visit something, right? So this is Ceng Company. So a group of people who care about the safety of others. So if we get a page, the first thing that we need to do is to view the page source. Right click and view the page source. In the page source option, you'll be able to see some green color. So look carefully. You just need to look for the green color. Not only that, sometimes it will not be green color. You just need to look at most of the things, read those kinds of things carefully. So by reading this, I was not able to find anything suspicious in this page source. So I'm just closing this page source. The next thing that we can do is just click every portion of the page to see if something is there. So I found an email address and some phone number and some links to Twitter, Facebook, GitHub, which was not working. So anyways, we were able to find it's about copyright Ceng Company 2020. So anyways, so we have the URL. So we can use tools like GoBuster, which is a great tool. So before that, let me open the new terminal tab. So, and I'm entering GoBuster. So which is a great tool. GoBuster dir for directory minus u for the URL. So here, this is our URL minus w for the word list. Here I am specifying the word list user share word list common.txt. This is our usual word list, right? COMM. So user share word list. So there was an error, say like user share word list. So the file was not able to complete, like we could not find the word list. I don't know why. Sorry, I just missed that user share word list dirb common.txt. So it's in dirb, right? So I just forgot that. So anyways, our scan was started, and the hidden directories are /zss/uploads img etc, right? You can just open one by one, and it is saying that you don't have permission to access this resource. We have the image, which also you don't have permission. JS for the JavaScript, you don't have permission, and the uploads directory, you don't have permission, and the vendor, you don't have permission. Oh my god. So we can use some other word list, let me look at the word list available in the dirb directory. So we have the big.txt there. So yeah, let's use the big.txt. So the scan was started. So in the common.txt, we have only 4615 words, but in the big.txt, we have 2470 words. So anyways, we can see the status codes 403 and the 301 redirectional codes, and the 403 the client error code. So yeah, we were able to find some great thing which is master admin. So yeah, we can just try to move to master admin. So yeah, let me clear the slash here, and boom, it is also showing that forbidden. You don't have access, you don't have permission to access the resource. So let me view the rest of the results. So when I changed the word list, I was able to find something new called master admin, which seems interesting, right? Master admin. So yeah, we can just try to enumerate the master admin directory. So we can just use the same word list and with master admin. Like we can just put master admin here in the URL. So we just change the URL and choose something called master admin at the end, right? Which is basically this page. So when I click here for Vapalizer, so here I was able to find the contents, like the website is running on, like the font scripts, the operating system was exactly correct, like Ubuntu, right? So yeah, this is about Vapalizer. If if you're not using that tool, you should check it out. Again, the operating system was exactly found as correct. So anyways, you can just close the useless tabs that you don't want. So here we can also use Vapalizer. Okay. So anyways, let us check the results, and we do not have anything to anything seems interesting, right? So we have the images, fonts, vendor. So yeah, we can just look for the vendor. So nothing like images, like I think it's IMAGEGES, like IMAGES. So again, we do not find anything. So what we need to do now is to scan basically, like we have an -X for extension base scan, and I'm just scanning for the extensions. And look at it, guys. The difference here, like 2470, 20,470 in this basic scan. But when I put the extension PHP, so I was able to find it's about 40940. The word list was quite increased, right? So we have something interesting called /db.php. So yeah, let us try to view the db.php. And here it's just an empty page in the database. So it seems to be interesting, but it's an empty page, right? So yeah, we can just look for something other, like we have the login.php. So let me look for the login.php. So we can just first look for the interesting fields. Oh, wow. We were able to find an admin login, right? So we have the username field, we have the password field. So yeah, let us enter something, some default credentials like admin, and something username or password was invalid. Like we can enter something like admin password. So basically, if you get a login page, first enter some default credentials. After entering some default credentials, you can check for vulnerabilities like SQLI or some others. So here, let us check for SQLI. Like we have, I put some codes. Like we can just put some codes in some modern web applications or web sites. We do not have some the basic SQLI that we found in damn vulnerable web application. So we can just perform some more advanced SQLI, like the blind SQLI. So we can also just try to execute single quote or 1 = 1 hash, or you can also use SQL map tool to check the vulnerability. Okay, we can just enter some any thing in the password, or you can also just enter the same thing in the password if it is if the password field is vulnerable to SQLI, then we were able to access it, right? So we can just enter the same in both of these, which is a best practice. That is what I think. And boom, guys, we were able to gain access to the admin page, and this is what it is. Like we have the drag your files here or click in this area, and we have the upload.php. And let me press Control A to see if there is anything hidden. So nothing hidden. So we can just paste some reversals here. We have reversal in our mission, which will be in user share web shells. So yeah, we can just search for copy the user share web shells PHP reversal from our Kali Linux. You don't have to depend on your some online resources. So if it is not available in your Kali instance, then you can just search for PHP reversal or Pentest Monkey reversal from websites like revshells.com or websites like GitHub, which also provides the reversal. So anyways, I'm just copying this into my Kali. So after that, let me enter ls, and I was able to see the file that I copied. So I'm just entering open. The open command is basically used to open the file. So in the mouse pad. So yeah, you are able to open it, and we just need to change the IP address, right? So we just need to change the IP address to our IP address. To know your IP address, we can just open the terminal and enter if config command, and you was able to see your IP address from here. I'm just pasting that and saving it, and make sure to look for your port. It's 1234. You can change it if you want, but I am not changing as of now. Basically, if you can't get any reversal in some scenarios, you can just try changing the port if necessary. Okay, so here I'm just putting it as default, and I'm only changing the IP address. Oh, anyways, so let us move here and click the upload, or you can see drag your files here, or click in this area. I'm just clicking in this area, and I'm just moving to home, and we have the php reversal.php. I'm just opening, clicking upload. Seems nothing happened. And I press Ctrl A. I was able to see extension not allowed. Please choose a Ceng file, CENG file. So basically, we just need to upload a CENG file here, not a PHP file. So what about changing the PHP file to CENG extension, right? So I'm just changing the PHP reversal file to something called shell.ceng. Basically the shell.ceng, the extension ceng is accepted here. So yeah, I'm just changing that and just pasting it here and clicking upload. And when I press Ctrl A, as you can see, success, we were able to upload it successfully. So basically our shell.ceng was uploaded there. So we can just start our netcat minus nvlp numeric verbose listen port 1234, and we just need to open the file, so where it is uploaded. So we have the gobuster scan results here. So we have some upload.php, which is basically a php, and this is not the uploaded files are stored, but in the first gobuster scan I was able to find the uploads, right? So there's an uploads directory, not a php file, it's a directory, right? So maybe our file will be there. So it's in the IP/uploads. So we can just move to the IP/uploads, but it's access restricted. So we can just enter file, which is our shell.ceng, and boom, guys, we were able to see something is there. So let me, yeah, here you can see we were able to get the reversal, right? So can't access TTY, job control turned off was there. So we can just open the browser and search for spawn TTY, which is, if you watch my videos, then you will be know you will know about it, right? So yeah, this is the spawn ATTY website. Basic quick view, you can just copy this content, which is the Python content, from there to here, and as you can see, it's Python not found. So basically, if you find an error like this, open the mouse pad and just change the Python to something like Python 3, and copy and paste in their content here, and it worked. It's cool, right? So when I enter ls, I was able to see the files here. So here when I enter who am I was able to see I am www data. So when I move to the home directory, in the home directory there is a user called CengBox. So yeah, I think I was not able to move to that user directory. It's can't cd to CengBox. So we can just move to the previous directory that we are, which is the root directory. Here we can just look for any kind of suspicious files. Here we have the Bing, home, lib64, etc, etc, but I don't find anything suspicious here. So we can just move to the var directory, which here. So in the var directory we have the backups, so we can just look for the backups directory. In the backups directory I could not find anything suspicious. I'm just moving back. So in the var we have www. So I'm just moving to www. In the www, we have HTML. In the HTML, we have CSS, gulp file.js, img, index.php, js, master admin, scss, uploads, vendor. So we have the master admin. I'm just moving to the master admin. In the master admin, I was able to find login.php, upload.php, vendor, db.php. db stands for the database. So basically, we can just cat the db.php, which is the database which we were not able to access in the web browser. But here, surprisingly, we were able to find the username and password of root user, and this is basically the MySQL. So basically, we were able to find the MySQL username and password. And as you can see, username is root and the password is this super secret password exclamation. We can just copy the password in the mouse pad and the username is root. So we can just copy the username. So I'm just entering MySQL minus u for the username, which is a root, minus p for password. So here we were able to enter the see the enter password option. So I'm just pasting the password here, and I was able to access the MySQL. So when you access MySQL, we can enter show databases. So you just need to learn some MySQL commands to interact with MySQL. So in this video, I'm just demonstrating some basic commands that we can use in this particular CDF. So show databases semicolon, and you were able to see the databases. Here we have information schema, CengBox, MySQL, performance schema, sys. So the interesting database here is CengBox. So we just need to open the database. So we can use the command use CengBox exclamation. Oh, sorry, it's semicolon. So yeah, it's saying that I just put accidentally L. So yeah, use CengBox semicolon and database changed. So in the database, I'm just entering show tables to view the tables in the database. And in the database, we have a admin table. To view the admin table, we can just enter the command like a select star from CengBox. Sorry, select star from admin is the table here. And boom, guys, we were able to find a username called master admin and a password called something like this. So yeah, anyways, I'm just copying this in the mouse pad. So here we have the master admin and the username. This is a password, right? So basically, I'm just exiting from MySQL. Basically, when I move to the etc passwd, I was able to find there is only one user, which is here is CengOver. As you can see, bin bash stands for it is a user, and we have a root user also. So what we can do now is switch to CengOver. So try this master admin password in the CengOver. So I'm just using switch user. SU stands for switch user. CENGOVER for the username and the password that I copied from there. And boom, guys, it's the password of CengOver. So anyways, we can just move to the home directory of CengOver. And in ls, I was able to find the user.txt. So wow, it's good. So I'm just entering cat user.txt and done, guys. We were able to find the user.txt file. So this is the first part, right? So we can just move to the next part, which is about becoming root access, which is you can call it as privilege escalation, right? So yeah, we can do that. So anyways, what we need to do here is entering the sudo -l command to list the privileges, enter the password, and as you can see, it's sorry, user CengOver may not run sudo on CengBox. So basically, we can't do that. So we have another command called find /-perm for the permission, -u equal to s to greater /dev/null for getting the content as error free. And here, as you can see, we have Bing ping 6, Bing su, and I just found something called h, which seems to be suspicious for me. So let me search for GT. Oh my god, I accidentally closed that. So yeah, let me search for GTFO bins and open the GTFO bins here. And here I'm just searching for the h. in the at binary, and there is a sudo command, right? So let me try to execute this sudo, and let me paste the password of the CengOver. And it's saying that it's not CengOver is not in the sudo file. This incident will be reported. So basically, we can't become root with this particular CengOver user. So that's what it is saying, right? So that's something that you need to keep in mind to move on, right? So yeah, what we need to do now is to press type something like I think it's crashed, right? So yeah, we can just see it's like nothing working. So let me type exit basically when I enter ls, like it's like it looks like crashed, right? So we can just control C, it will close everything. We can also net carriage, and you will get this switch users send over. You must be from a run from a terminal. So for getting that, we have the Python 3, right? So we can just copy the entire content from here, changing this to Python 3, and copying the entire content from here, and it's done. Now you can enter switch user CENGOVER, and the password is this. So let me copy the entire password from here. It's authentication file. Accidentally I just copied the uh, spaces, so let me copy it correctly, and switch user send over, paste in the password, and done. It's done. So what we need to do now is we found that we were not able to gain a root access with CengOver. We can just send a PS aux to now the running process. As you can see, the process is running here. If you find any suspicious process, then it might be a way to move on. But unfortunately, I do not find any kind of a suspicious process here. So what I need to do now is to move to temp directory. In the temp directory, there is nothing. So yeah, we can just execute the lin enum or lin piece. We can just search for lin piece, and we have the linpiece.sh, which is available in the GitHub. We can just copy this content from there, and in the temporary directory we were able to we were able to download the lin piece. So I'm just giving execution permission for that particular file, chmod plus x the file, right? For giving execution permission, and dot slash file, right? So in some scenarios, if lin piece was not working, then you can use linenum.sh, which is also a great tool. But this is something that you need to keep in mind. But in some boxes or some CTF scenarios, lin piece may take some time to execute, may say take some time to work. So that's why it is recommended to use linenum.sh if it is taking so much time. Because in real world CTF scenarios, we just need to solve the lab fast or fastly, right? So that's why you can use linenum.sh. Basically, what is the difference between these two is lin piece will give you colors, right? It basically means that red color means it's something dangerous, and just you can just focus on red colors only. But in linenum.sh, it will not give you colors like lin piece. That's something that you need to keep in mind. So anyways, it looks like it was not working. Maybe it will work, so it may take some time. In the meantime, we can just look for the linenum.sh. You can just search for linenum, and there's a GitHub repository for that too. The linenum.sh is here. I'm just downloading it into my machine and going back into my downloads. This is our linenum.sh. I'm just entering Python. So getting a Python server, and it's running, right? So we just don't need to execute this. So let me close this. Let me drink some water. After drinking some water, now I'm just looking at these files. Anyways, let us start from the beginning. If linpiece is taking time, then you can just check out linenum.sh. Okay, but in our case, linpiece worked. So let us start from the beginning. So this is the linpiece. As I mentioned before, red, you should have a look, right? Light cyan uses with the console. 95% of PE vector is in red or yellow. That's something that you need to note in linpiece. We can just start looking, right? So basically it's red, right? So we can just search for the version to find if there is any exploits. We can just search for exploits in this particular version. Unfortunately, I was not able to find something suspicious. So we have the red, which is a sudo version. We can just search for the exploits in that particular sudo version. It's one point. We have something to see, like a privilege escalation thing was here, right? But I don't understand how it will work. So in the meantime, we can just look for some others. If it doesn't move on, then only we can come back to sudo again. Okay, it's there is no red here. So yeah, we have a red old pwd print working directory. So yeah, pwd equal to temp, and we have some cve common vulnerabilities and exposures. So we can just look for anything suspicious. Basically, if you do a lot of rooms or labs, then or one of missions, you'll be able to understand what is suspicious, or what is something that you need to look on it, or what is something that you don't need to look on it. Okay. So basically, it's user bin curl, it's not red, and we have something called root, it's red. So you can just look for the root, it's all red, right? It's all red, right? Like we can just read the entire content from here, because red is something that you need to concentrate on, that you need to read. Okay. Okay, I don't find anything suspicious in the red. We have the Apache 2 process found dump threads from memory as root. I don't know. So we can just look for some others. So basically, you just need to look carefully on most of the things. And if you don't find anything, then you need to look it again. So that's something that you need to do in a real city of scenarios, right? You can just look for a lot of things. We have a lot of red files here. You can just see some user root with the unit. We have polkit dot service root. It's 1.3. We can just look for some others that seems so much suspicious, and after that we can just look again to find if there is something that we can move on. So here we have the users with the console is sengover and root. Super users is only root, and we can just move on and just move on. There's a lot of things that you need to read, right? You just need to stay calm and read the contents, and so stay calm, guys. You'll be able to find something from it. If you don't stay calm, then you may not able to find something from it. So anyways, stay calm and look for something suspicious. So don't try to find everything so fast, because you may miss some important things. So yeah, we can just look that carefully, look something suspicious. Can look for the red condense here. Look at it. Read RW. Read right. Look at it. It's OPT MD5 check.py. Basically, it is showing that readable files belonging to root and readable by me, but not world readable. So basically, it's a lot of things are showing here is var log. It's a logs. But the thing here shown was something called, we can just pick the old one, right? This is a old one, right? So basically, this is OPT MD5 check.py. Seems suspicious, right? It's in the red, and look, it's the old one, right? We have var log, but this seems the old one. And I look at the permission, it's also old one, right? We can just pick the old one from there. So anyways, we can just cat it. By getting that, I was able to find it's basically a Python script, and let us try to execute it like Python 3, and the file is md5, like this one. And it's no, oh my god, I just put some mistakes. And this is what I'm able to see, right? So yeah, we can just move to the OPD directory. In the OPD directory, this is our md5 check.py, which can become root, right? So we can, what we can do is just edit the file and put some reverse shell into that file, right? So we just need to find a Python reverse shell, right? So we can just try nano md5, which is md5 check.py, and it's saying, we can just nano it again, error opening terminal. So yeah, and ls, it's saying error opening terminal. So basically we are now in a, a reversal, right? It's basically a reversal, right? But we was not able to open a terminal in reversal usually, right? So we know the password of seng over, right? And we just find something suspicious, right? So we can try SSH, right? In our first nmap scan, we were able to find there is a port 22 SSH was open. So we can just try SSH into it, like SSH send over, and the IP of our target here. Our target is this, and the password is what we know. We put it in the mouse pad. So yeah, I'm just copying it, pasting it here, and we were able to access SSH. So now I'm moving to the OPD directory and entering nano md5 check.py. It worked. So basically, if you get a shell, if you get some kind of sensitive contents from a normal shell, then you can just move to some shell that will give you a good connection, like SSH, like Metasploit modules, right? So here I just moved to SSH. In the SSH, I was able to find a Python script. So we can just change the Python script to add a reverse shell and take connection from it. We can just try that. So basically what we need to do here is, oh my god, so we just need to press the backspace for a couple of time. So let it clear all. What we need now is a Python script that will give us a reverse shell. Okay. So yeah, I'm just opening the Firefox and searching for Python reverse shell. By searching, we have the reverse shell cheat sheet, but we don't need a cheat sheet. What we need is not a cheat sheet, but a Python code that will give us a reverse shell, right? We can just look for something called Invicti. So in this website, we don't have a Python code that will give us. We have Python reverse shell, but this is not why I'm what I'm looking for. I just need something, a Python reverse shell, like Python code for getting a reverse shell. So here in this website, oh my god. So here in this website, I was able to find a Python reverse shell. This looks like a Python code which import tag like import socket, import subprocess. Most Python scripts will start with import, right? So yeah, we can just copy the entire content from there and paste it in the terminal, and we just need to change the s.connect to our IP address, to our Kali Linux IP address, which you can get it by opening the new terminal tab. If you want, then you can just enter ifconfig to get your IP address. So this was your IP address. I'm just pasting it in the nano and it's done. So I'm just exiting, save, and it's done. So now I'm just starting the reverse shell in the netcat. Numeric verbose listen port was 7777. Let it start. We know that it's basically a Python code, and the port to listen is 7777. So here, this is our md5 check.py. We can just try to execute our script like md5 check.py, and when I try to execute it, I was able to connect. As you can see, it's connect to from. So basically, I don't get any root connection, but what I get here is a normal connection. So I think we just need to wait some couple of seconds for getting root. So we can just enter who am I. It's send over. I just get connection as send over. I just stop the connection. Now I'm just starting it again, and we have the md5 check.py. So basically what you need to do is you just don't need to execute it, but you just need to wait some time to let it execute it automatically. So that's the thing that you need to do. So just wait some time. So yeah, we just changed the Python. We just changed the md5 check.py Python script to our reverse shell script. And the thing here is we just need to wait some time. Instead of entering Python and our md5 check.py, you just need to wait a couple of minutes. And boom, guys, we were able to see we get a root access. As you can see, hash stands for the root access. We just need to wait a couple of minutes. I think it may be below 1 minute. So anyways, I'm just entering cd slash root. I think I'm already in root, right? So yeah, we can just cat root.txt to view the root file, and CengBox was fonts. So basically we have a node.txt. We can just cat the node.txt for curiosity, and its file still seems the same date. So this is in the node.txt. Anyways, we are root, and this is the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new from it, and see you in the next one.